Learn more on BBC Bitesize.
Hello and welcome to BBC Bitesize GCSE Biology. I'm Yussef Rafik, a zoologist and wildlife TV presenter, and I'm here to help you with your biology and combined science GCSE. In this video, we'll be diving into the microscopic world of cell division, chromosomes and DNA. But don't worry, this won't be a divisive topic. Let's get started. Let's start with the basics of DNA and chromosomes. Chromosomes carry genetic information in a molecule called deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA as it's more commonly known. Without DNA, there'd be no life on Earth. It's the biological instruction manual for building and maintaining an organism. DNA is a type of molecule known as a polymer, and this means it's a large, complex molecule made up of different smaller chemicals called monomers that have been added together. And here's an easy way to remember it. The word poly means many and mono means one. A monologue is a piece done by one actor, and a polygon has many different sides. Monosyllabic is a single syllable, and a polymath is a person who knows many things, just like me, and once you finish watching this, just like you. Now, one way we can think of monomers is to imagine beads on a string. You can add as many beads as you like in whatever combination to make polymers. And that makes them capable of holding information. If these beads were DNA, that information would be the genetic code, which are the instructions to build a living organism, and more specifically, how to make proteins that help the cell do what it needs. Your DNA code is unique to you. It's a little bit like a gift card. It can't be used again, unless you happen to have a cloning machine. And if you do, then I respect that. DNA has 4 different monomers, which are known as nucleotide bases, or just bases for short. There are 4 different bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. We'll refer to them as A, T, C, and G, otherwise it becomes a bit of a mouthful. These follow a specific pattern. A matches with T, and G matches with C. It has to be this way because that gives DNA its structure, which is those tight, twisted ladder shapes known as the double helix. The bases are the rungs of the ladder, which you may have seen referred to as base pairs. Weak hydrogen bonds form between A and T, and separately between G and C. And the rope in the DNA rope ladder is made from alternating sugar and phosphate molecules. Your DNA contains many important small sections called genes, and genes contain the code for sequences of amino acids, which are the building blocks for making specific proteins. Proteins are what makes everything in your body happen. DNA is incredibly long. Think about 3 billion base pairs per cell. If you stretch the DNA in one cell all the way out, it would be about 2 meters long. And all the DNA in your cells put together would be about twice the diameter of the solar system. But how can something so big fit inside a DNA cell, I hear you ask? I hope you did ask. If not, you've made me look like a right mug. Inside every cell is the nucleus, which is a bit like a folder for our DNA, just like the one you're storing all your coursework in. Structures within the nucleus are made up of tightly coiled DNA. Imagine your hair being twisted around itself until it's barely noticeable. Not a hairstyle I'd personally go for, but it is a bit like what's happening here. These are known as chromosomes and are your DNA tightly coiled around proteins and slotted inside the nucleus. Humans typically have 46 chromosomes arranged in 23 pairs. Your entire genetic code, the complete set of instructions for how you grow, develop and function as a human being, is called your genome. Wow, that was a lot to take in. Feel free to rewind back for anything you need to hear again, and to find out more about DNA and chromosomes, head to the BBC Bitesize website. All the info you need is below. Now that we've covered the genetic blueprint, let's explore how cells divide and multiply. The series of stages that cells go through to grow and divide is called the cell cycle. I once tried to cycle on a cell. It didn't go very well. There aren't any handlebars. Whoever wrote these jokes needs firing. Anyway, the cell cycle consists of the following. Interphase, the cell grows and replicates its DNA. We then move on to the 4 stages of mitosis. Prophase, chromatin condenses into visible chromosomes, and the nuclear envelope begins to disintegrate, a little bit like the integrity I now have after reading some of the jokes in this script. Metaphase, chromosomes line up along the metaphase plate, the cell's equatorial plane. Anaphase, sister chromatids are pulled apart to opposite poles of the cell, and telophase, nuclear envelopes reform around each set of chromosomes, which begin to uncoil. until finally we get cytokinesis, where the cytoplasm divides, resulting in two separate cells. Right, you got through that section, so here is a little bit of light relief. Why did the cell apply for a job? It wanted to divide its responsibilities. Do you get it? Ah, you do. Okay, forget it. Someone get my agent. To find out more about cells, head to the BBC Bitesize website. All the info you need is below.
For in-depth GCSE resources and practice, visit BBC Bitesize now.